Hey everyone, today let's talk about something that can really level up your development workflow, using server functions to connect your data to an LLM. If you're building an application that needs to process user feedback, analyze data, or generate summaries, then this is going to save you tons of time and make your app that much more powerful. So let's have a quick look at the project we're going to be working on. This is a customer feedback board where users can leave feedback about a product. They're able to upvote features and leave comments on them. Now at the moment, to implement these features, the administrator will have to come in, manually read through these, prioritize them, and then move forward. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to connect all of this data, including the upvotes and the comments, to OpenAI's ChatGPT-5.2 LLM model. We'll ask it to create a weekly summary of all the feedback and provide a report. To get started, let's have a look at the API documentation. Here we are on the OpenAI for Developers API Quick Start page. Notice we can save the entire page as a markdown document. Let's do this. I'll copy all of this text, come into Bolt, and let's say, here are some docs from the OpenAI API website. Please save them as markdown documents in the project root, and we'll paste that markdown file. Here's another doc from their website, text generation, learn how to prompt a model to generate text, which is exactly what we're doing. So let's come in here and we're going to copy this markdown file as well. And we'll paste it in the chat. I found another document describing how to learn best practices, features, and migration guidance for ChatGPT 5.2. So I'm going to copy this as well. And here's a prompting guide explicitly for GPT 5.2. So we'll copy this too. Now this isn't a necessary step. Often you can just ask the agent to perform a server function. However, because it has best prompting guidelines and it's a document specifically designed by OpenAI to get the best out of this model, I've decided to include these markdown documents. I want our agent to have the most context possible so that it can implement these APIs in the best possible way. Let's jump over to code. Notice we've only got the Claude and Design Guide markdown document at the moment, also a README, but let's send this off and see if it adds them all in here. So our agent has now added these 4 new markdown documents, so it can use these as context going forward when we're going to be adding this API call. Let's switch over to Opus 4.6 and let's prompt it. On the admin dashboard, please add a section that says summarized feedback. This should have Summarize Feedback button. By clicking it, it should send all feedback to a server function which uses the ChatGPT 5.2 model to summarize user feedback and provide actionable insights for developers. Make sure it includes the upvotes and comments as well. Use the appropriate markdown documents in the project root to effectively prompt and call this API. Let's put it in plan mode and we'll send it off to the agent. Now the agents come back and ask us some really important clarifying questions, like should the generated summaries be saved in the database? We said yes. Should the summaries include all comments or should it aggregate this to save on tokens? And I said, let's include them all. Finally, it asks if the summaries should be filterable to their status or a date range, to which I also said, yes, please make them filterable. We'll turn it off plan mode and send it off. The agent's finished working. Now let's check it out. Here we are in admin. We can see it's added an Insights tab. So what happens if we click Summarize Feedback? Failed to generate summary. Now this isn't unusual when we're performing a complex ask like this. So let's inspect the console. Now we've got a few errors. For the non-technical people here, we can simply copy all of these. It failed to generate a summary. Here are my console logs. And we'll paste in those logs below. So the agent's made some fixes. Let's try it again. Insights, summarize feedback. Analyzing feedback. It looks like it worked. It says 8 feature requests analyzed. It's got a summary history, which we can open. And if we click on this, now it says historical, but it's not showing us our results. So let's take a screenshot and explain this issue. I can see it says 8 feature requests analyzed and it has a summary history. However, I don't actually see the summary at all. I should be able to see the insights. Okay, let's test this again. Admin, insights, summarize feedback. Analyzing feedback, the AI is reviewing all feedback, votes, and comments. And there we go. It's created an executive summary. It explains the top requested features, improve the AI agent model selector, with 3 votes, 4 comments, and the status. It says this is the highest signal item. It's explained common themes with the AI agent quality and control, UI preferences, database polish, etc. It explains a sentiment and engagement analysis, overall positive sentiment. It has a status pipeline review and actionable recommendations. It's incorporated both qualitative and quantitative data when it comes to generating this summary. To view the actual prompt, we can come into code, open up Supabase, and look at our server functions here. We'll click on Summarize Feedback, we'll scroll through, and here we can see the prompts that are used to generate this summary. We can always modify these here if we'd like to. Make sure to click Save when you do. Also note that I have added my OpenAI API key before we started this video, so it'll probably ask you for an OpenAI API key to do a summary like this. And there we go, guys. In this video, we've been able to leverage the power of an external LLM so that we could summarize both qualitatively and quantitatively our data and then create a summary of actionable items going forward. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if there's content you'd like to learn about, please leave it in the comments below and keep on bolting.